What's up, guys? What is going on? It's me, Frostfire, and today, guys, we're back here for another episode on the CherryPatch server. Don't ask why I dropped the torches, because I don't know why I dropped them either. So we're gonna so today, guys, might get on a rant or something. I had an idea of what to rant about, but I completely forgot because, hey, I'm a genius. But so today, guys, we're gonna go try and find another cave, which actually didn't turn out so well last time. So let's do a couple things before we go, like not go in our house because there's nothing in it. The horse survived. Oh, cores, horse. Oops. 2015 to 2015. Alright, so hopefully we'll find a cave. Now, wild horse. Oh, what just happened? Okay. I don't know, someone just changed and just said it stopped recording for a second. Weird. Okay, I feel like Cookie Monster is on a roll of killing horses. He's being an evil person, guys. Okay, now I was gonna do something and completely don't remember what else I was gonna do if I can find the cave. You know, forget it. We're just gonna go cave hunting. We're gonna go that way because I don't think anybody lives that way. So off we go to go cave, and we have food this time, so we ain't gonna starve to death. Hopefully not. Alrighty, so now that I remember what I was gonna talk about, so quite a lot of things. Oh, hi, creeper. Quite a lot of things have been happening in life now, and one of them happens to be this creeper who mystically just disappeared, like my family does. Is this gonna lead to somewhere? Oh, hey, we got a cave, I think. Did I jinx it? Yes, I did. Alright, so, anyways, like I was saying, today a lot of things have been happening in my life, and, main of it has been because I have not been able to record lately, and so that creeper's still up there. I've not been able to record lately, and you know, because of school doing all this stuff to me, and you know how school does what school does, you know, torture you, try and kill you, things like that. But anyways, as I'm trying to say, this stupid zombie making it zombie noises. So I mean, you know, to put it simply, I'm like that guy in the friend group who tries to solve things. There for them. Try not to die in Minecraft. I think we found a big cave. Anyways, but yeah, I'm normally there for, you know, my friends and stuff, and I normally help them and stuff. And you're dead now. And you know, things like that. And one of these things I've been really grinding under my skin is how the lack of respect people have for relationships. Now, you might be asking, what do you mean? Well, I will get to that in a second. This is a big cave, though. But yeah. Basically, the reason why I say that is because, you know, recently I've been doing some Slenderman skills, aka stalking people, because, you know, I'm on the hunt to find what's really going on. And when people, I mean, you gotta, for me, you know, it's like when somebody's in a relationship and you like that certain person, if they're with somebody, you know, don't be that douche who just steals out. Why is there skeletons everywhere? And why am I blind? Ow. Ow. I'm being murdered by skeletons, please. Ugh. Skeletons, I'm trying to talk here. What, you want to burn? Okay, no, I don't want to. Okay, you know what? Ow, screw you. Screw you. Aw, crap. Okay, so I do have some coal, right? Okay. But anyways, so like I was saying before, some skeletons rudely interrupted me. So yeah, but you know, if somebody's in a relationship, let's say, okay, let's say you like this girl, and let's say she's in a relationship. All right, so you know, if it were me, oh my god, where are these skeletons coming from? What is this? This is not National Murder Frost Day. That actually passed. Anyways, that was in April, actually. But anyways, getting off topic here. But you know what? Let's say this certain girl you like is in a relationship. You know, it's not cool at all. And in my eyes, it's not cool at all. But to go and, you know, try and quote unquote interrupt the relationship. And what I mean by that is going, you know, like talking to her, flirting with her, stuff like that. I mean, same thing applies to anybody. Anybody in a relationship, you like them, but they're in a relationship. Don't go flirting with them and, you know, trying to essentially, you know, quote unquote, you know, steal them from the other person. And that's what I've been facing lately, when I've been with friends and stuff like that, and trying to help out, you know, doing big brother things, as I like to say. And, you know, it has come to my attention that people really do not respect relationships. And they go off, they flirt with the person, they do this and that. And in the back of their heads, they know that person's in a relationship, and they know all they really could do to get the quote unquote win the girl over is to, you know, flirt with her, be better than her current person she's with. And, you know, that's something that, I mean, really, really grinds my gears. It crawls under my skin more than a whatever skin crawler would do. Either way, I'm trying to say here is it really bothers me, because that's not cool at all. I mean, especially for a guy's side. I mean, you know how that's like a one-way ticket to be hated, and another one is, you know, the guy, he's gonna, if you know he notices you doing stuff, being a problem to the relationship, you know, he's gonna deal with you. And sometimes guys like dealing with, I don't know, punching and doing a lot more than just punching. Sometimes I've actually heard of cases where people have been stabbed because of it, but that's, you know, that's very drastic. I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but that's very possible. But that's not what I'm trying to talk about. But, you know, things like people not respecting relationships, going on to this person, talking to them 24/7, you know, flirting with them and things like that. And they know this person that they like is in a relationship. They know that you know, I mean, all they know is the only thing they can do is take that person away from whoever they're with. And that's I know, pardon my French, but that's a dick move. All right. And, you know, I've seen people try to pull it off. I've seen people pull it off. I haven't really been in that situation, nor do I ever hope to be in that situation, because I don't know how I'd respond to it. I mean, even now, I approach the person, you know, saying, hey, you shouldn't do this, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, that's if I know they can't, you know, pick me up and hang me off a flagpole, but, you know, things like that, you know, it already bothers me. And that person's close to me. I don't love the person that way. I love them as a friend, but I mean, it already bothers me, and I'm not even involved with the person that way. I'm just more or less involved in a way of like a brother. And like I said, for people to be doing that, and even for me to be witnessing it, and I don't know the person, it still annoys me, because that's just like, you don't do that. I mean, just like, to go and flirt with somebody and not respect the relationship is, that already tells, you know, whoever, you know, takes people and actually thinks about, oh, the person's actions. Because some people take people for who they are, and they really don't give thought to people. And that's fine, I'm not saying it's wrong, but people who do take thought to people like that, you know, they look and they be like, well, this person, he doesn't really respect relationships. So, A, you've already proved that I can't trust you. Let's say you're a good friend of mine, I can't really trust you with any of my secrets. I can, you know, like, well, quote unquote secrets, or, you know, personal things you don't want other people knowing about. Because if that person doesn't respect two people being together, then, you know, she says they're going to respect you and your personal problems. So you already go showing yourself to be somebody you don't want to be, you know, socialized with. Why? No. please. Anyways, but yeah, you should already show that some people shouldn't socialize with you. People shouldn't trust you. I mean, maybe being a friend is all, but, people are not really going to necessarily trust you. And, that's not really something people normally will want to accomplish. I know people might be like, oh, I don't care. But, really deep inside of you, you do, in a way, care. I'm not you. And some people I've seen actually not, give one, poop to what people do. Or what they do. And they're like, oh, well, who cares? It's me. All I care is about me. And, people like that, oh, that's a lot of water for a cave. People like that, now, obviously, people you don't want to be with, but that's besides the point. But, things like that. And when people, like I said, go and they flirt with this person, they talk to this person, and stuff like that, it's like, no, you don't do that. If this person's in a relationship, I'm not saying you can't be their friend, but I'm saying to, don't do what you're doing. Don't flirt with them. Don't try and steal them from whoever they're from. Because I'm like, that's really beyond mean, rude, and, some people in relationships, you may think they might be perfect, but people wear masks. And I'm sorry, guys. A lot of people wear masks. I didn't mute Steam. Hold on. Let me just go mute Steam in a second. Can you move? Please. Okay. A lot of people don't respect. I mean, a lot of people. I mean, not everybody. Most people have something to hide. I'm not saying evil things to hide. I'm not saying, oh, I murdered 15 people and got away with it. Stuff to hide. No, not that. People got things they don't, wouldn't be exactly going out and telling other people, like a casual conversation. I mean, you're not going to be like, yeah, my parents were abusing me the other day, and they were saying all this, verbally mean things to me, And, oh, I was bullied by, like, some dude out there yesterday, and he, like, pushed me over. Things like that. You don't hear people just talking casually as I am saying that. They tell that to people they trust, and people who they know would be there for them, and, talk to them, make them feel better. Now, the thing is, when you do something as in stealing somebody away from someone, you're already doing two things. One, you're destroying whoever is with, whoever this person's with, their feelings. You're completely throwing them under the bus, to put it lightly. You don't know what feelings, what, possible effects you will cause. There's always a cause and effect to any decision you do. There's always a effect. And that's the way I think. I think of the cause and effect. I don't, and, not many people think like me, which, people might not understand the concept, but, basically, you know what I mean. Let's say, I'm going to use 9/11 as an example, and no, Bush did 9/11 crap, but, 9/11 happened. Before 9/11, you were able to easily get into the cockpit, be right in the pilot's. Yo, like, what is up with all these zombies and skeletons? Yo, this looks like a UHC had been, like, wrecked. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, before you were able to easily, go in the pilot's pit, whatever they call it. I'm not sure what they call it. But you know what I mean. They're easily able to, access the cockpit. Things like that. And, they'd fly near buildings. Be like, for an example, people would fly near the Twin Towers, to show the passengers, hey, this is the Twin Towers, things like that. Do cool things like that. Well, 9/11 happened, planes were jacked, planes were crashing into buildings, etc., etc. Now, what? The effects of it? Well, we already know. You can't access the cockpit unless you're a pilot, or a co-pilot, or you have a... I don't know if the assistants in the plane can even enter, but, things like that. The effect is that now the whole world is A, traumatized, and, B, a lot of things were lost. A lot of people, things like that. But I'm talking about the effects here. And you see now all this happens. Now we can't do this or that like we were able to. So, Now, going back to what I was saying before, let's say you steal this person. Let's go back to our situation I gave you. Let's say you are in love with this person. Well, not love, but you have a crush on this person, and you begin to flirt, things like that, and you know that this special girl, you know that this crush is with somebody, and let's say that somebody she's with, is not, it doesn't live the best of lives. They get bullied, they get this and that, and overall it's very hard for them to keep their head up and get on with life. Now, for somebody to go and be like, hey, is that your girlfriend? Alright, I'm taking her from you. Things like that will instantly crush the person. I mean, instantly crush them. I need to, try and not hit out the Minecraft window anyways, but it will crush them, and the effects, it could be suicide. The person might change how they act or treat other people. And, something like that. Stuff like that. They'll just be like, they'll be very insecure. And, you're going to be killing a lot of things. They're going to be killing and hurting emotions. You're going to be doing a lot. You're going to do a lot when you do that. And, so you don't know how that person is in the standing, but you go ahead and take their special person away from them. I mean, even if it were me, that would just be, that's something that's going to put somebody in depression for a long time. So another side effect is depression. So you get this kid depressed, and this and that, and, things like that. You get him depressed, you get him, let's say, even more suicidal than he was before. And obviously, you're not a nice person, and you're a grade A, pardon my French, dick. But, things like that. And, you gotta realize when you do something, there's gonna be effects to it. And if you're gonna do something like that, there's gonna be a lot of effects to it. Because now what you're doing is, not only this girl you like now is with you, you may think you're all happy and stuff, but hey, she just left that other person that she's been with for, let's say, few months. Now she's with you. Alright, but what my point is here, you just took her from somebody. Which means somebody who's, let's say, better at being romantic than you are, can come and swoop her off her feet and be Prince Charming for her again. So there's two things you do to yourself. You get with a girl who already left somebody else for you, and would probably and most likely would do the same if somebody successfully is more Prince Charming than you were to her. And obviously you're gonna realize that's not a nice feeling when somebody is taken away from you, and it's a feeling that you just hate. And I'm sorry, but a lot of anger will build inside of people for that. I've seen it happen. I've seen people who are now a little more feisty than they used to be. They used to be happier, and then somebody takes them, takes away their special person, and they're not Mr. I'm nice. They're Mr. whatever the effect does, and anger is one of them. And obviously, we mostly know what anger does, but some people, it can change them to be, worse than you think. But, things like that. When people completely disrespect a relationship, you're disrespecting, more than just the person in the relationship. You're also disrespecting yourself in a way. Because you're showing a lot of other people, hey, this dude's a douchebag, don't hang out with him. Hey, this dude's just trying to take this girl from, one of my close friends. He's not the best of influences. He's a bad person. He's doing this and that. Again, it doesn't bring good attention to you. The only good attention you're going to get is from people who are equally or bad as you, or even worse than you are. People who've maybe cheated on their girlfriends, if that's happened, things like that. Players, as we call them. And you disrespect, not only, like I said, the relationship, but you disrespect yourself. You get other people to hate you. you get, a lot of feelings to be turned against you. And I know not everybody likes to be casted out, but that's a grade A ticket to get casted out. And especially in my opinion, if you're somebody like that, yeah, I'm not gonna really like you because your acts, if it's something like that, no, I'm not gonna respect you. I'm not gonna trust you. I'm not gonna include you to anything that does with me. No. You've already shown to me that you are a complete jerk who just took somebody's girl, or you're a complete jerk. Why should I be your friend? Why should I be with somebody who just caused pain? Things like that. So that already shows enough disrespect to yourself. And not only that, you also set yourself up to have the same girl taken away from you too. I mean, somebody else can be a lot more romantic than you were with her, or a lot more funnier, or this and that, whatever she likes in you. And they can easily take them right away. And I've personally seen it with, I'm gonna be a little bit of be a little stereotypical, but think of Prince Charming. Spanish person comes and takes a girl away. I'm not saying only Spanish people do that. No, I've seen a lot of other people who aren't Spanish do it. So, but you get my point. Somebody else is better than you in that way, that girl likes you, and stuff like that. And that's why, when I see somebody not respecting a relationship, it bothers me a lot. More than it probably should, maybe. I don't know. I guess I should say that, but it does. It bothers me a lot. And to the point where I want to go to that person and either slap or punch them in the face, but violence doesn't solve anything either. The only thing it does is get you into more trouble. But, things like that. It drives me mad. It will really annoy me when I see that. But, the point is, guys, seriously, if you're somebody who doesn't respect relationships, it's best to start now, because I'm not going to take somebody who's like that. I won't be your friend. I won't want to be around you, because I don't want to be around somebody who does a negative effect to other people, and does negative effects to other people, and doesn't respect people, and doesn't respect relationships. Who says you're going to respect me then? Who says you're going to respect the things I do or who I am? Because I'm my own person. And you're going to take somebody's girl, you're going to take somebody's happiness away from them? Do I want to be with you? No. So, things like that, you got to really consider a lot. And that's what I see people not do. And personally, for me, I look at a situation like that, and let's say I'm the person who's in it, I'm not going to be a happy camper. In fact, I'm going to respond probably in an even more negative way. More negative probably to myself than to anybody else, unless I, take a lot of hurtful words and attack them with it. That's the only possible way. Wow, that cave wasn't far from my house. That's the only possible way I could do something bad to somebody, is, that. I'm not in a condition where I can fight somebody unless I have something that gives me an advantage, which would be a weapon, which would be assault with a weapon, which would equal jail time. And, jail ain't a pretty place. But, things like that. I'm not saying I'm going to fight somebody if that ever happened to me and, attack them with a weapon. No, I'm just saying it would impact me negatively. It would impact me where I'd probably get depressed, get sad, sad, be doubtful, my trust will wither. Because, when that happens, you can be like, well, who can I trust now? So that's another effect you have on people when you do that. Is now they will most likely lack in trust, and it's not a pretty sight at all. And not something you want to do. And that's why when I see people do it, some people will legitimately not give two craps about it because, oh, I don't care. He's not me. And they're going to be a selfish prick, then, yeah. I don't like people like that. So, I mean, it's not about me, but other people would probably share the same opinion. I'm not too sure because I'm not other people, but for me, I definitely feel like, no, I don't want to be around this kid. So, when you do stuff like that, really rethink of what you're doing, because when you take somebody's happiness away from them, you're doing a lot more than you think. You might think, oh, I just got their girlfriend. Oh, they're not gonna care. Oh, they will care. You know, and you don't know what goes behind the person. You don't know what goes behind them. You know, you could lead them to suicide when you know you're not gonna feel very great about yourself. In fact, if that's found out, you know, you can, you know, if people take matters really seriously, I could see people, I've already seen it happen, where somebody's took somebody away from someone, and I wasn't involved in it, but this happened to my friends. One of my friends, you know, a good friend of mine, well, my brother too, you know, they lost their boyfriend to some other girl who completely just took this, you know, him away. And I did talk to him, the kid, and I said, hey, don't do this. And the kid still did it. And, you know, that happened, and, well, yeah, let's say that girl, because my guy friends don't really, you know, would physically harm, but they did more verbally than they did that, and that was to a girl. I mean, that's something you shouldn't do at all. But now it happened to somebody, you know, another friend of mine, where they lost their girlfriend, and, you know, he's not the type of person you want to make even more depressed than they are now and add on to their problems that they already have. And that's exactly what happened. Some other dude came and took his girlfriend away from him. And, I mean, he went from being happy to back how I used to see him. Depressed and suicidal. And that's something you don't want. And, you know, even though he did nothing, he didn't kill himself, it went to the point where my friend says, alright, you know what, we're not going to deal with this. They went to that person, and that guy got their butt handed to them. And when I mean their butt handed to them, I had to break up the fight. And it was not easy, but I had to grab them off. I had to grab my other friends to grab them off, because I'm not going to go and tell authority, because even though that's the responsible thing to do, you know, I'm not going to add on to problems. And, you know, I'm not saying, oh, if you see a gunfight, don't call the authorities. No, if you see something where somebody's going to get hurt and possible life could be lost, then yeah, contact authorities. But, you know, when it comes to just fights, it's not like they're out to kill them, but they're out to teach them a lesson. They're not out to kill them. But, and, you know, it got to a huge battle, and the guy who did that, I mean, when I say he got his butt handed to him, the kid came back from the hospital after a couple of weeks. And because nothing was caught on footage, all it was accusations. I didn't get myself involved with it. I just split them apart. That's all I did. And I didn't participate in beating the crap out of the kid like, you know, like I felt like doing. But I didn't participate in beating the living crap out of the kid. But I mean, if authority caught them, let's say, you know, they would have been charged with I think it would be battery. I'm not really awake, so I can't really think of what the charges would be. Possibly battery. For the way they did, it would be assault, but not with a weapon. So, but yeah. The kid got out of the hospital after 2 weeks, and he learned his lesson. And I mean, he learned his lesson. The kid ended up breaking up with the girl, and my friend, obviously, he didn't get back with her, even though she was sorry. I mean, things like that. Even if I was in his shoes, I would have not, because if somebody took somebody away from me, and they got their butts handed to them by my friends, that girl comes crawling back to me, No. And like Swoozy says, you choose me or you lose me. It's the brutal truth. You know, things like that. And, you know, disrespecting relationships can lead to so much trouble. And I really mean it. And what I'm trying to say here is, what I would like to see is definitely people respecting relationships more. But, you know, I can't control the world. The world. I don't control the world. I can't change what people do. But I can influence people to change their ways. That's all I can do. I mean, I'm not saying, oh, you know, viewer, subscriber, you know, oh, you're stealing girls, change your way, I'm not gonna like you. No, I'm not saying you, the person I'm talking to, you know, right now. I'm saying, oh yeah, you steal girls, you know, you're a bad person, you know, you shouldn't, you know, I'm not gonna like you. No, I'm not saying whoever's watching this, oh, you know, you're a bad person, blah blah blah. You know, I'm saying that if you know somebody that way, or ever get thoughts, or have the thought, I mean, thing is, thinking is different from doing. And if you have the idea to take somebody away from somebody else, get that thought out of your head. Because you don't want to get in shoes like that. Because you don't... There's sometimes what people don't understand is you don't know who you're messing with, you know. And things can go sour so fast. And I've been in, like I said, plenty of situations where I've seen kids just get wrecked. To put it in gamer terms, I've seen them really get wrecked. I mean, hospital landings, things like that. So, even if you know, you can also share this video to somebody who you know is stealing people away from people. Because, you know, people, I mean, sometimes they don't think about their actions. And, you know, they act on impulse. And I'll be honest, I make that mistake, so you're not alone. Don't feel like you're the only... If you do stuff on impulse, you know, don't feel like it's the end of the world. You'll be fine. You can change, but... I mean, when somebody says, hey, don't do this, I mean, if you give thought to it, you'll think about it. And if you're smart enough, if it's something really bad, you'll be smart enough to say, hey, you know, he's right, I'm not going to do this. And you don't do it. You know? But... you can share that video to the person you know who's doing this, because it might make them say, hey, I never thought of it that way. I never thought I could hurt somebody that way. I mean, you might say to yourself, well, you know, that's stupid because, you know, you're taking people away. I mean, it's plainly obvious that, oh, you know what you're doing. Not all the time. Not people. People really sometimes just don't give thought to what they're doing. And, you know... by somebody saying, hey, wake up, that, you know, could change a lot of events. So, I lost my train of thought, but, you know, things like that, guys. It's, you know, the little things that, even by talking to somebody, will change their mind. But, anyways, that's going to conclude my rant for now, as I probably over time, and I'm running behind on some stuffs. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and I hope whoever, you know, is doing this or thinks about doing it, or, you know, could be in my shoes, probably would agree with me. You know, seriously, think about what you're doing before you do it. And seriously, guys, respecting a relationship can lead you a long way. And, you know, I'm not saying, oh, you're gonna get with this person you like. Let's say they're in a relationship, and, you know, relationships, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be brutally honest, but not all relationships last. And sometimes you could just wait for something like that, because, you know, it'd be better than, you know, tearing somebody's heart in half and ripping up emotions, making them depressed, things like that. And respecting relationships could, you know, save you from getting your butt whooped, because, you know, certain people don't take to this stuff very kindly. So, respecting relationships, not only does it make people realize that you're a person to trust, but you respect yourself. You show yourself respect, and you do a lot more than you think by respecting relationships. And I mean a lot more. You know, so... if you know anybody doing this, share the video to them, and hopefully it'll make them change. If not, sometimes people learn the hard way, and that's how life goes. But like I said, respecting relationship can go a long, long way. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Like if you enjoyed, and subscribe to become a Frostfire today and join the Frostfire army. And I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.